Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
And just like that, flags fly at half-mast. And I'm going to do something right now that I've done quite a bit this year. That is offer up an apology. As a matter of fact, if you were to track Ballou through the calendar months, this being the 28th day of October, I have made more apologies on air this year than the Jaguars have scored points in the first quarter. But I must do it right now. I came in here a week ago Monday, and I was happy. And a lot of you didn't like it. You want me on the edge. You want me grumpy. You want me to complain. I didn't do it. I came in here, had a smile ear to ear. I took an extra dose of happy pills. And you said, man, come on. It's the New England Patriots. It's the worst team in the NFL. And I talked about getting this thing going. What was it, 5 in a row 2 years ago, 7 out of 8 2 years ago, 6 in a row, I guess the year prior, when they even won a playoff game, down 27-0 against L.A. I don't know if I had the numbers right a year ago. Whatever. They were 8-3 to begin before the disaster took over. But I did. I came in here, and it wasn't fraudulent. It wasn't fiction. It wasn't fake. I believed it. I thought just maybe, they could sneak up here on Green Bay and punch him in the mouth and get out of here with a victory. And lo and behold, they knock out the starting quarterback. But I was wrong. I was terribly wrong. It is what it is. This is a bad football team. It's an awfully coached football team. And it's a terribly run organization. There's no other way to say it, top to bottom. There's internal fighting. There's massive disagreements, apparently, between the GM and the head coach. Maybe the head coach and the quarterback. I'll get to that momentarily. You generational Z fans, don't go far. Oh, my God, Doug Peterson didn't go overboard to say how great Trevor Lawrence. It's like, what? It's like, are you kidding me? Does Generation Z really? Do you? I mean, I understand the life you live, but do you really need that out of a quarterback who single-handedly gave up 14 points to the Green Bay Packers, taking over at the 5-yard line, the 28-yard line, single-handedly? Oh, he didn't credit Trevor. He didn't credit. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. They keep losing. And if I was Trevor Lawrence, I'd be pissed. Because these coaches sit around and they pound coffee and they chew tobacco and they say, all right, this is what we're going to do. 1st and 10 for the 25. We're going to fake the Brock. Then we're going to throw back to Brent Strange. We're going to start the 12 personnel. Actually, they didn't start the 12 personnel. They were forced to go that way because of injury. I think you're going to get more of that. Hey. Give me Brenton Strange. Give me Evan Ingram. Give me the latest Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski 2 tight end set. You going to bring up what, these wide receivers? Are we going to spend all? Am I going to waste my airtime talking all week about Elijah Cooks? Then he's going to run a route. He's going to get the ball right in his hands and drop it. I mean, that's what you're going to get out of Elijah Cooks, right? He's done it that way before. And he'll do it that way again. But they stand up and they script plays. I hate scripted plays. Okay, I guess that's part of the definition of being a coach. But it always changes, in my opinion, depending on what the other team does first, or regardless of what you get as far as a possible return. If you're on defense first, are you allowing a touchdown? If not, are you forcing a punt? Whatever it may be. I think situationally, things force changes with scripted plays. Not this team. We're going to run it. And what does Jacksonville do consistently game after game after game after game after game after game? They cannot score in the first quarter. They are asleep in the first quarter. They are in a coma in the first quarter. Every single game. Not once in a while. I'm talking about every single game. London, what was it? 11.5 to 3.5. Time of possession 2 weeks ago. 10-0 New England before you downed your first beer. Same deal yesterday. 3 and out, touchdown. 3 and out, field goal. Every single game. They cannot start offensively. I'm looking at it right now. They're 29th in the NFL. They average 2.5 points a game in the first quarter. How about a little bit of professionalism? How about a little bit of class? How about a little bit of respect for you, the man next to you, and the game that you play? No wonder half the seats were filled yesterday with Green Bay Packer fans. People have given up. And I never want to bite the hand that feeds me, okay? I like to eat. I like to eat a lot. But this is absolutely absurd. What is it? Even the blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. How can this football team come out week after week after week after week after week and not be ready to do anything offensively? It's coaching. It's terrible. It's bad coaching. There's no other way to say it. All right, and then Trevor has to turn around and, find a way to make – it almost looks like he's loose when they're down. And plays aren't scripted. He's given the ability to change calls at the line of scrimmage. And, okay, he had a really bad interception yesterday. I think the great ones, and I know the great ones, they all make mistakes. The fumble was egregious. The fumble absolutely cannot happen. And to credit him, it's the first time it's happened this year in 8 games. But still, it could have been the decision between a win or a loss. If he doesn't fumble that ball, you can really make the case that Jacksonville could have found a way to win that game. And they did not. Instead, they lose it, and now they are 2-6. And on top of that, just brutal injuries that have just ripped this football team apart. So here it is a week later. And again, I apologize for coming in here trying to tell you that there was still a chance. I feel really bad about that. And as always, on our text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, you felt absolutely necessary to correct me last Monday by telling me it was the New England Patriots. And by all means, you should be taking some shots at me this afternoon or into the night. And it's the same number, 641-1010, if you'd like to get on in, 641-1010. That is our text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. So yesterday was one they needed, okay? And it was there for the taking. Green Bay did not play especially well. The season now is gone. You're not winning in Philadelphia. This is the absolute worst opponent that you could match up against. This is a tough football team. This is a club that will get it done in the ditch. This is a team that ran for well over 160 yards again against Cincinnati. They have one of the best running backs in the NFL in Barkley. They have a very mobile quarterback, as we know, in Hurts. They're second in the NFL in rushing, only behind the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to run it right down Jacksonville's throat. And you think they're going to let up? Let me tell you why they never will in Philadelphia. You think it's bad around here? You think the media here is all on Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson? Can you imagine what it would be like in Philadelphia if they lose a home game on Sunday to the Jacksonville Jaguars and Doug Peterson? They'll be asking for Sirianni to turn in his clipboard Sunday evening. This game is massive in Philadelphia, and they never let up. And you know what? It's a well-run organization. I think it's a football team that has made a mistake with their head coach. I'm not a big fan of Sirianni. I think he's way too immature. And I think he'll end up getting popped at some point. If not this year, probably next year. But I'm telling you right now, they are absolutely going to destroy the Jaguars. They're a much better football team. They're a much tougher football team. So there's no letdown coming. If you think that maybe you could sneak. And the whole thing here, Green Bay's got Detroit coming up, right? We talked about it all week. Are they looking ahead? Can you maybe find a way to get one by them? The only way that it would work, as I said every show last week, you have to get takeaways. And they got one, and what happened? A few plays later, Trevor gave it right back to him. The overall turnover margin, 2-1, favoring Green Bay. They had a fumble return and a fumble recovery, and, of course, an interception. And the Jaguars now go to 2-6. So, what next, right? It's broken. It's over. All right, Doug Peterson, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired after the loss at Philadelphia next week with a bye. The problem is, who do you promote? It can't be either one of these two coordinators. They're terrible. Russ Taylor, hell no. Ryan Nielsen, what an incredible disappointment. 3rd and goal from the 14, and you don't have Josh Hines-Allen or Trayvon Walker on the field. You continuously use Eric Armstead as your 3rd defensive end. You have the worst safety combination in the NFL. Get rid of Andre Cisco. If you can get a bag of balls for Andre Cisco, give him away. Seriously, just give him away. He's terrible. He talked about quitting. He pulls up lame after getting beat. That's so great. And I mean, that's just like, that's perfect, right? I mean, give him a trophy anyway for effort. Actually, it was terrible effort. Don't give him anything. If you can get even a conditional 7th-round pick for Andre Cisco, trade him. Cam Robinson didn't start. I don't want to make light of this, okay? I don't want to be rude about this. But I haven't bet in 10.5 years. I said I would fall off the wagon massively. I would fall off it if I could just find one person in Duval who would bet me that he would not start 17 games this year, because he never starts 17 games. A concussion is serious, and I respect that. But he didn't go yesterday, and some thought that he was healthy and could have gone. Heck, he was available, right? Were there words between him and Doug Peterson? Doug Peterson said no a little bit earlier today. Get his ass out of here. Cam Robinson's been the most overrated football player that this organization has had for the last 4 years. Get him out of here. Okay? Just move him. Get something for him. Trade him to Philadelphia. Trade him right after the game. Tell him to stay there. Right? November 5th's the deadline. Trade him. Philly needs a left tackle. Get rid of the guy. He does not help this football team. Walker Little didn't do much better yesterday. According to Pro Football Focus, it was a terrible afternoon. I saw that he gave up a couple of pressures. I thought overall it was a pretty good effort. But who am I to question my knowledge compared to PFF, right? That is the gospel to so many. So that is what this team has to do. Get rid of some dead weight. Get rid of some expiring contracts. And begin to build for next year. And yeah, don't kid yourself, folks. Bulky's not going anywhere. Trent Baalke's still going to lead this football team. Trent Baalke has a built-in excuse for every single little thing that can be said about the Jacksonville Jaguars. That excuse is, it has been rehearsed to Shad Khan. He's got an out for everything. I'm telling you again, Doug Peterson, the entire staff is gone. Trent Baalke survives this and continues to run this football team with all of their transactions, and I'm sure he'll take us through the same Mickey Mouse type of process when it comes to hiring the next coach. First of all, take the available coaches and immediately slash that in half, because people don't want to work with Trent Baalke. So your candidate list has been shrunk immensely because of who is running the team. Someone has to get to Shad Khan. I don't know who it is. I just don't. Shad's not going to ask for my opinion, right? I don't know who Shad Khan listens to that are football people. I don't know. I've tried. I've asked. I don't know who it is. You would think it would be pretty simple. Shad, you got to start all over again. We know you don't like to burn money, but you got to bulldozer the entire thing. The entire thing. And start all over. Come here to beautiful Jacksonville. I was reading earlier today, Jacksonville, I think out of cities that are being built, is like 6th or 7th, is like one of the cities right now to invest in. People want to move here. There's still a lot of growth that can happen. Not only downtown. Look at where I live around Bartram. I mean, when's the last time you've been down Phillips Highway to the Bayard parts and cut through Racetrack? Have you seen what's going on around there? It's actually pretty sad. I used to love the trees. Heck, when I was there 18 and a half years ago, Racetrack, they had roosters out there. I'm not kidding. They had roosters. And it's a bedroom community. I mean, nothing's open past, I think, 8 o'clock at night, right? The restaurants and bars there in the town. Nothing wrong with that. It's a family type of atmosphere. We love families. I want to come into your homes. We're going to work harder. We're going to tax the rich. Trent Baalke. Trent Baalke just sits there and says, told you we shouldn't have hired Doug Peterson. Told you we shouldn't have gotten after. We shouldn't have brought in Travis Etienne. That was an Urban Meyer pick. I told Doug Peterson to play Eric Armstead in the interior, not on the edge. He's got an excuse for every. I wish. I spend my life kind of hanging on the limb. I wish I had built-in excuses like Trent Baalke. Again, I don't. I just apologize. I just apologize and beg for forgiveness. That's all I got. Straight truth. Trent Baalke's going nowhere. He is going to be running this football team after the disaster of the 2024 Jacksonville Jaguar season. All right, we got a lot to do tonight. We're going to bring in JJ LaSelva. I got 4 or 5 points that I really want to make about this game and about this season. And I know I'm long-winded, and that's just the way that it is, but I'm going to give you an opportunity as well to always voice yours at 641-1010, and that is on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I would say that opening comments tonight are brought to you by Shmunez Vision. Unfortunately, my eyes are 20/20, and when I watch football, I can see it all, and I wish that was an excuse. I could say, well, I have bad eyes. Maybe I missed something. The eyes are 20/20. Do you want to thank the good folks over at Shmunez Vision? How are your eyes? What about right now, driving home? Now that it's getting darker earlier, right? Getting ready for the time change. How much worse are your eyes now compared to when you got up this morning? It's a common problem, but it can be fixed. Laser eye surgery, right? More than 30 years worth of experience. Dr. Catherine Shmunez, her dad, Dr. Neil Shmunez. What about issues like cataract? Can be brutal, can be very intimidating, a scary word to so many. Well, get the information. Sit down and talk with them. You know what's great about Shmunez Vision? The doctors that I just mentioned, they are those who will perform the surgery. They'll also sit down and explain everything to you. There's a lot of other practices in town and throughout the country where, you want to ask a question, they're like, sorry, I got to see another patient. You can talk to our surgery counselor. Imagine that. No, you will talk straight with both Dr. Neil and Dr. Catherine Shmunez. So check them out online. Go to Shmunez Vision, or better yet, you can go to Instagram. Get all the testimonials at Shmunez Vision. Season officially over today for your Jaguars. I feel just absolutely awful for you, Jaguar fans. I wish I could do something to make you feel better. I can't. And we also have to look at these problems and dive deeper and deeper into them. And that includes on the other side. That's coming up.
The weekly Pick'em contest. Make the best picks and win a pizza party from Salvatore's Pizza at Tapestry Park. Pick the worst. You'll still win some pizza, just not enough for a party. Brought to you by MyBookie. Make your picks at 1010XL.com.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body. For as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete.
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
RJ Saunders here, sports lovers. I recently took a tip from Frank Frangie when I needed to send flowers to my mother. Frank told me that Kuhn Flowers is the only florist he ever uses. So that's what I do now. I use Kuhn Flowers. Find them online at kuhnflowers.com.
There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. Are you tired of wrestling with your old shower curtain? Then say goodbye to the curtain chaos and hello to a new frameless shower enclosure. Wago Glass is clear, classy, and won't stick to you like a toddler at bedtime. Plus, it makes your bathroom look bigger and brighter. Upgrade your shower experience and step into style. Call me at Baker Glass and get ready to love your new glass shower enclosure. Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
He'll help you find the fish.
Bite's gonna pick up pretty soon.
Captain Kevin and the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Yeah! Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Veterans Wholesale Cabinets.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie, hoping everyone had a profitable betting weekend on MyBookie. And guess what? The New York Giants travel to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are a 6-point favorite at home with a 36.5-point over-under on the game. Are the Steelers for real? They started Russell Wilson. It's helped them. They put up 37 points. I think when you look at the Giants, they're struggling. Volatile quarterback, hurt offensive line. This one says take the Steelers, giving the points and the over. But who are you taking? MyBookie has the best sign-up bonus in the industry for bettors. Our listeners can just sign up and use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That's promo code 1010XL to claim your double deposit bonus for Monday Night Football. Bet anywhere, anytime, and make your season a winning season with MyBookie. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and it is hot out there. You know that, Greg. But Honda has a plan for you on or off the road.
They do. There's a ton of Honda scooters, Honda mini motos, great for the beach. Also get you out in the woods with a Honda side-by-side. Plenty to do and stay cool.
Yeah, four-wheelers, and you can trick them out.
We can. From stereo systems to big builds, we do it all.
Everything's there for you to see. CyclesOfJacksonville.com online or on Atlantic near Regency. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
If you missed yesterday's loss, let me give you a brief summary. Jacksonville lost the turnover battle 2-1. They were 1 of 9 on third down. They picked up their first third down of the ball game with 2 minutes left. 1 of 9. 8 penalties. Congratulations, they won that category yesterday. Time of possession, 34 minutes, 9 seconds for Green Bay. 25 minutes, 31 seconds for Jacksonville. 2 turnovers, gave the football to Green Bay at the 5 and the 28. Let's bring in the very happy JJ LaSalva. He's yoked. He's in a Cane shirt.
State champ.
He's in a Canes tank. Your coach showed pride. Your coach showed enthusiasm. Your coach pounded the press table about the trajectory of the program and the other programs here in the state of Florida. As much as I am a Florida State guy and I am in my own little teepee, I will say this. I loved what he did.
Me too, especially because, Florida State had the opportunity to do this over the last 2 years. Like Mike Norvell, like you said in crosstalk, he could have went up to the podium at any time after beating Miami 45-3 2 years ago, or beating Miami and Florida State last year, or Miami and Florida last year, and said something to that effect to rile up the recruiting base, or whatever. But he never did, and you see his high school recruiting. He just lost 2 more, guys this past weekend, and that, to me, has been the difference in how these programs have been built. Mario has taken portal guys, obviously. I mean, Miami has Cam Ward, potential Heisman Trophy winner, obviously a huge difference maker this season. But you look at how they beat Florida State, and it was the trenches on the defensive line and the offensive line. 90% of those guys are high school recruits for Mario. That's how you're supposed to be doing it, supplementing the guys you already have with, portal guys. Instead, Florida State did the alternate route, and they're paying for it now.
They are paying for it, and Florida State fans are dealing with it. I mean, I can't ever remember, even when it got bad, with Bowden at the end, Jimbo at the end, the entire Willie Taggart regime, where kids don't want to go to Florida State. Florida State has so much to sell. FAMU, TCC, over 100,000 co-eds throughout town. Small little town, nice area. They don't want to go to school there. And this is going to end up being the worst recruiting class that Florida State has had going back to the mid-'70s. It is absolutely incredibly disappointing if you are a fan of the Garnet and Gold. Okay. Tonight's show brought to you by the good folks at Miller Electric. Here is something that is very positive. They've been around for almost 100 years, and no matter where you go throughout Jacksonville, you see Miller Electric. This is a trade that'll never go away. No matter where you are, you see more and more and more building. And yes, they are going to build the brand new stadium. You're going to be around here for at least another 30 years. It's great. As bad as football is, you understand that the Jaguars are going nowhere. Well, Miller Electric's going to be all over the place downtown. They're looking right now to hire individuals, okay? They take on the biggest projects in the city. They also believe in rewarding hard work with the best overall pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually cared about one another. If you are interested, go to Miller Careers. That is Miller Careers. You get the very latest from the good folks over at Miller Electric Company. Yesterday, right after the game, I asked Trevor Lawrence about these slow starts and why it takes this football team so long to get things going. And I also put into the question whether or not it was something that Green Bay showed them yesterday that allowed them to start so poorly.
They did a few things a little different. I think that's every game, though. There's going to be a plan for their defensive plan for us and what we do and what they see on tape. You know, they have a plan just as we have a plan to play them. So there's always a couple things, but it wasn't anything crazy. We just didn't execute. I missed a couple throws on third down throughout the game. There were some other ones where it just felt like the details weren't good enough, whether that's being on the same page in the perimeter or whatever. It just seemed like some of the details we were lacking a little bit early, and some of the third downs. They made some good plays too, but we got to be able to convert some of those third downs. I think we had 2 or 3 and outs in a row to start the game and put our defense in a tough spot, and they were playing great. So yeah, we gotta be better on third down. We've been better the last few weeks going into this game, and we weren't good today.
They were 25% a few weeks ago. They had gotten better on third down. They were terrible yesterday. They were 1 of 9. But again, they started slow. 3 and out, 3 and out. I mean, you can't make it up. 3 and out, 3 and out. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're not traveling. You're home. 3 and out, 3 and out. How does that happen every week? You can't. You need answers.
Those are supposed to be your scripted plays, too. Like what you've been. Those are the ones that when you see a team, even like Auburn, you know, somebody who can't score, do anything, Oklahoma, like they score on the first drive usually. They at least get a couple first downs.
Oh, my goodness, man. It's, 3 plays, 8 yards. You took 137 off the clock and you punt. You get the ball back, you go 3 plays, 7 yards, you take 2 minutes off the clock, you punt. And this, let me dig in here. I have last week's game booked too. Last week against New England in London. Okay? Jaguars go 5 plays, 25. My goodness, they picked up a first down last week. The first time they had the ball, I forgot. Stop trashing them, Ballou. They picked up a first down on their first possession in London. That London home cooking. Sleeping in their home beds away from their home in London. You know, they were there for 79 days. Punt. I don't know what I don't know what else to say. I am so frustrated. It's so frustrating because they lose the same way. They're always being asked to come from behind. And I'm going to get back to Trevor here because I was right next to Hayes Carline yesterday when he asked the first question about that last drive, and that was an impressive drive. And Peterson didn't give answers that I guess people wanted. We'll get to that in a little bit. I read everything that's out there by those who work hard to cover this team. I think John Shipley made a really good point and something that he wrote that talks about, I forget the word he used. It was kind of appreciation, if you will. You know, the offense did their part. They drove 87 yards. They scored a touchdown. Let's do our part now on defense. The defense does its part. They force a takeaway. You got only your third of the year, okay? Fourth if you include special teams. But you got an interception by the rookie, Jarian Jones. Hey, offense, huddle up. Let's take advantage of this. Let's sell out here for our defense that just forced a huge takeaway. Let's put the ball into the end. What do 3 plays later? They throw an interception. They don't, that's the word, compliment. They don't compliment one another. There have been times where this offense has looked really, really good at times. There's been times when this defense has looked not really, really good, but good enough. But they never do it consecutively. There's never just a situation where, wow, you forced a takeaway. Let's put it in the end zone. Wow, the defense, the offense just went, what was it on that final play, final drive? Let me find it right here for you. Touchdown. Let's see. 8 plays, 87 yards. You went 8 plays, 87 yards. Took 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. So you did your job. All right, defense, let's go. We got a chance here. Let's force it. What does your defense do? You allow Green Bay to go 7 plays and 64 yards in 1 minute and 48 seconds and kick a game-winning field goal. There's no support. If you didn't know any better, you would think there would be a complete division between the offense and the defense. They don't support one another. They don't complement one another. Thought it was a good bid that was written there by John Shipley on that very same thing. It made a lot of sense to me. Typically, when you're bad, you're really bad. You just can't do anything on offense. You just can't do anything on defense. This team is struggling in a lot of areas, but it's not like it's been murderer's row that they have faced this year. If they could fix just a couple of things, instead of being 2-6, they'd be 4-4. They'd be 5-3. They'd be right in the thick of it. And that's one of the first things Doug Peterson said yesterday when he spoke to us. It usually comes down to a play here, a play there. Right. It does. And Jacksonville never seems to be on the right side of that play. Look at that pass that Trevor threw to Evan Ingram. Triple coverage. That's a Hall of Fame pass. That's a Hall of Fame catch. Have some respect and come on out and play defense against a backup quarterback. And that was complete, total, absolute, broken coverage. That guy was 20 yards away from Andre Cisco when he pulled up with whatever it was, cramps. Cisco was just beaten. There's no other way to say it. And when things like that happen, you have to start with coaches. You have to point to Ryan Nielsen and say, that's not good enough. You're fired. Press Taylor every week. You can't score in the first quarter. You're fired. Your scripted plays don't work. You're fired. Right? I've never been a big fan of throwing bodies out of the building midway through the season. But, the coaching around here, Florida State, Florida, Jacksonville, the coaching. If you did your job out there that way, if I did my job here that way, we would no longer have jobs. If the restaurants you eat at had service the way that these teams coach, they would be out of business. I have never, in 33 years of doing this, seen such a poorly coached Jaguar, Seminole, and Gator football team. All three are awful, are terrible. Egregious mistakes. And I can give you, buy me a drink. I will give you example after example after example after, it's like they don't even practice in North Florida. And I get it that you're livid. I get it. I don't know what else to say. Okay? And again, I'm sorry for last week for being slightly happy. I'm sorry for last week for wasting time saying there's a chance here. I can tell by the hundreds that we're getting here on our text line at 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You like this better. You like it better when I'm like that. You don't want me all happy. You don't want me all gooey, do you? You want results. You want names. You want changes. I don't know what to tell you. Even if they blow this whole thing up, how much confidence do you have that they're going to be able to fix it? Look at every move they've made. It backfires. Gus Bradley backfired. Dave Caldwell backfired. Doug Marrone backfired. Tom Coughlin backfired. We all love Tom Coughlin. He cheated. He tried to cut corners. He tried to break rules. The ultimate military drill sergeant broke the rules. Under today's soft NFLPA, we don't want to hit. We want another off day. Today's rules. You can't. Coughlin got caught in it to the point where the NFLPA sent out a letter to all 32 teams and said, don't come to Jacksonville if you're a free agent. Tom Coughlin created that. Urban Meyer, Trent Baalke, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, the way they put together the hiring of Doug Peterson. Go back and review it. Look at how poorly put together that was. You had a chance to get in front of it all. Well, we're going to bring in Jim Caldwell for an interview. We're going to bring in we're going to bring in Doug Peterson. And then you let 5 weeks go by until you hired Peterson. And when you hired him, there was a thought that it's not Baalke's guy. Oh, that's okay, Shad says, because we're going to hire someone above Baalke. Baalke can report to someone, hey, Shad, you can save a couple $1 million if you don't hire. You know what? Baalke and Peterson get along. They're best of buds. We don't need to make that move. How much confidence do you have? They're going to be able to hire the right general manager, the right head coach. And I'm saying this fictionally because I'm saying that Baalke's going to lose his job, which he's not. Baalke's going to be here after all of us. I don't care if you're 5 years of age. Baalke's going to outlive us all. Have you ever thought about that? Seriously. Y'all want change. Do you trust this organization to bring in the right? This is the losingest organization in team sports the last 10 years. I have the numbers right here. I don't like reporting this. This makes me irate. Before the start of the year, the Jaguars, a .331 winning percentage. Over the last 10 years, that is the worst in all of sports. Right ahead of the Jets at .337 and the Pistons at .362. It's on the Giants at .371 and the Magic at .378. Oh, by the way, this year Jacksonville's 2-6. It's not like they've moved out of the last spot. That's what worries me most. Everyone is saying blow it up. I haven't heard one person put faith that this organization can get the right people in order. Oh, go hire Ben Johnson. What if he doesn't want to come here? Go hire Bill Belichick. What if he doesn't want to come here? Go hire Mike Vrabel. Really? Okay, so you're going to bring over what? Some brilliant, young, hot offensive coordinator? What if he turns Trevor around? You lose him as a head coach a year later. Then you're going to start all over again. There's not enough substance when it comes to who's going to do the work here. Is it Shad Khan? Is it Tony Khan? Is it Mark Lamping who's in charge of bit? Who's going to run the football operations? Who's part of Shad Khan's conversation when, Sean's making millions and millions and billions and all these transactions, all these businesses. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Then all of a sudden says, what about your football team, Shad? Who are we going to get to run it? Trent Baalke says, that's it. Oh, okay. Trent Baalke says. That's worked out wonderfully for you, hasn't it? Start giving me some answers. Find me someone that you can put out in front of this organization. Who? You got more money than anyone in the world. Shad Khan has never said no to a football issue when it comes to finance. Look at the money he spent with Urban Meyer. Look at the brand new Miller Electric Center. It's the best facility in all of sports. It's not even close. That place is immaculate. You think if you said to Shad Khan, we can get the best candidate in the world to oversee our football operations, it's going to cost you $5 million, that Shad Khan would say, I'm not going to pay that? Hell no. He'd write that check right now. Shad will spend the money. Shad doesn't have football people around him. He's trusting Trent Baalke. And this thing is completely broken. We're not even in November. It's ripped apart. It's toxic. Who are you going to hire? Come on, Duval. You're a great fan base. Who are you going to hire? That's what I want to know. With you tonight till 8. Good to have you with us.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Do you feel a ghastly presence in your septic tank this Halloween? A septic emergency is spookier than a haunted house. But fear not. Duck Duck Rooter is here to rescue you from the depths of septic despair.
I'm Vlad, the Valiant Septic Tech, ready to cast out the demons from your septic system. If your toilet's acting possessed or your pipes are stirring up a witch's brew, we got the magic wand to fix it all.
Call Duck Duck Rooter at 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic tank pumping today.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Hey, football fans, looking for the ultimate game day experience? Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. We're talking big plays on the big screens, food specials that'll make your taste buds cheer, and drink deals that'll keep your spirits high. And get this, we're open till 4 a.m., serving food and drinks until 2. Make the smart play. Head to Best Bet St. Augustine and ante up for your team. Find us at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet St. Augustine, where every game day is a win.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zero Res. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon and his family and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zero Res. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zero Res, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here, reminding you that November is Veterans Month, a time to celebrate and honor the heroes who've served our country. This November, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is showing their appreciation for active duty veterans and spouses by offering 15% off your entire Awaken 180 program, free support for life included. It's a thank you for the sacrifices you've made, protecting our freedoms and making this country what it is. This is special. Awaken 180 has never offered a discount, ever. If this incentive can help turn your focus on you, your health, your goals, and your happiness, I say go for it. Do what I did and choose the solution for weight loss. So if you're active duty, a veteran, or a spouse of one, this month is about you. Celebrate Veterans Month with 15% off your Awaken 180 program, and as with all clients, receive free support for life after reaching your goals. Do what I did, what Hacker did, and what Matt Hayes did, and over 23,000 others have done. Take control at awaken180weightloss.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 28, 2018, the Boston Red Sox beat the LA Dodgers in Game 5 of the World Series, claiming their 9th title in franchise history. Boston Utilities' Steve Pierce was awarded MVP.
Welcome to ABS Advanced Business Solutions, your local print management partner, and home to Xerox and HP copiers.
Advanced Business Solutions.
GoABSinc.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
It's a force that can't be contained, propelled by purpose, pride, and the power to protect.
When winning isn't just the mission, it's your passion. You pursue it.
You make power plays.
Aim for fences and go for end zones. You believe that your moment is now.
At Farrah and Farrah, we deliver game day energy 24/7.
If you've been injured, put our force to work for you. Jacksonville.
Small business, big target. DoubleCheck provides AI-powered cybersecurity solutions to small businesses so you can keep your eye on the ball. Book your free consultation this month for 10% off your first 6 months. Visit doublecheck.com today.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Despite the 3-point loss that came down to the Packers' game-winning field goal, linebacker Foye Oluokun still believes his defense has the ability to win them games when asked about the importance of the confidence level in the locker room.
How important is confidence right now? It's really important, and I think that we do a good job week in, week out coming in with confidence. I think we came in ready to play. We didn't execute down the stretch. Key plays here and there. I think whoever you roll out, I think we always have confidence that we're preparing the right way to win games. We just got to win those plays within the game that end up winning the game. Fourth quarter through fourth quarter, every play is important. Confidence in winning, confidence in preparation is definitely there.
Oluokun led the Jaguars defense yesterday in tackles with 9 total, including 1 for a loss. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, a whole bunch of bad news today. Christian Kirk out for the year, collarbone. He was involved in some trade rumors, so that will not happen. And I think you can make the case that he has played his final game as a member of the Jaguars. He's got a $27 million cap hit next year. So you're going to have to eat a lot of dead money and say goodbye. You can't spend $27 million on a now injured consecutively, as far as years, slot wide receiver.
Even before he was injured, he did nothing this season.
Brian Thomas Jr., MRI on the chest. It looks like it's going to be 2 to 4 weeks. And that is horrifying. He's putting up some massive numbers. I usually don't care all that much about individual awards in football because it's the ultimate team game. But this guy actually, after the pass yesterday with Jaden Daniels, I don't think anyone's going to chase down him. And those two quarterbacks who battle one another will probably be 1 and 2 in the Rookie of the Year vote. And there has been some real productive wide receivers, as we know. And Thomas Jr. didn't get the recognition, the name recognition of the other 3, but he's put up huge numbers. And he's arguably their best player, not named Logan Cook. Brian Thomas Jr., I would love to see him get 1,000 yards. Still got an opportunity if he can just, rest for a few weeks, maybe come back after the bye. We'll see. Brandon Sheriff a knee. Ezra Cleveland an ankle. I didn't mention Gabe Davis. In a lot of instances, that's fine, right? He's been invisible anyway. He has a shoulder.
Doug made it seem like he'll be back anyway.
He'll be able to provide a lot of expertise and tutelage for the younger guys who are going to get called up here off of the practice squad. I'd love to see Jacksonville get to some of this, 12 personnel. The way they did yesterday. They almost never. Well, at times they do, but spreading out Evan Ingram the way that they did and bringing in Brenton Strange and being forced to go with 2 tight ends because of injuries. So we'll see if that's the case. Ronald Darby, a hip. But you had all those injuries yesterday. ETN did not play with a hamstring. Cam apparently was ready to go. He was healthy, but did not get an opportunity. They went with Walker Little yesterday.
What did you make of Duraco asked Doug about that today? He heard maybe Cam Robinson didn't take the news very well that he wasn't starting before the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I couldn't tell what Doug was doing. Like, was he denying it? Was he not denying that it happened? He said they had a conversation, but it wasn't an argument. But it seemed like they told Cam, you're not playing, even if you're good enough to.
I love it. I love it. He hadn't played well. He hadn't played well at all. Those tackles got off to a terrible start. Over the last 3 weeks, they played better. The Chicago game in the second half got sideways. Of course, he went out 5 snaps in against New England. The 2 before that, he was decent against Indianapolis. But he's not worth the $22 million he's making. He's nowhere near one of the top 30. Where is he if you rank left tackles in the NFL? Where's Cam Robinson? 30? 31? If he's worth something, trade him. Come take him. Hopefully they make that move. You got until what? A week from, I think it's Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, August, or make that November 5th. So
Tuesday. November 5th is Tuesday.
Okay. There you go. All right, I really overdid it because I was so excited around here.
Passion.
Yeah. Some people love it. Others like, be careful, Rick. We don't want anything to happen to you. If something happens to me because I tell the truth, then so be it. But I'm okay with it. I can survive all of this. I feel bad for you. That's what I always say. Okay, I'm blessed. I'm going to come back here and talk about something else. If it's not the Jaguars, it's something else. I feel bad for you because you people put so much hope into this thing. I just look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of you that sold seats yesterday to Green Bay Packer fans. And someone's like, are you going to rip the fans? No, I'm not going to rip the fans. It's tough to put gas in your car right now. It's tough to put groceries on the table. I'm not going to rip these fans. These fans deal with this year in, year out. They deal with a poor product. I'm going to rip them. If the economy was going crazy and everyone was making money and there were no problems and then you were selling your seats because you just, for whatever reason, that's a different story. But it's not. It's difficult out there.
And the Jags suck.
That's
like, what the hell?
These tickets are pricey, man. They are pricey. And did one of you have a bad experience with Green Bay fans? I told you all last week, these are some of the greatest fans you'll ever find. Packers fans. We're not talking about Philadelphia fans. I'm going to the game next Sunday in Philadelphia. There's a bad dosage of fans. Okay? That's a bad group. I've seen a lot of stuff with not these Green Bay fans. These are good people. If you're ever going to sell your seats, sell it to the other conference and a good group of people, right? All it takes is for a few to ruin it. Maybe there was some examples of it yesterday. I found that hard to believe. I told you before the Jaguars were even in existence, I used to go to the old Sombrero all the time for Tampa Bay Green Bay games when they were in the same division. Packer fans party like there's no other. And it's a great state. They do the same thing in Milwaukee when it comes to Brewers games. They tailgate out in front of the stadium, Miller Park, like it's a like a football game for baseball. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, typically a baseball game, what, you find a bar, a little bit before the game, then you head in, right?
That's it. You walk in.
These guys are out there 3-4 hours before. They got bratwurst going, kielbasa,
the grill,
Italian sausage, all this stuff. I'm like, first pitch is in like 6 hours. Yeah, I was shocked when I really was. I feel kind of the same way about Chicago. Chicago can get a little edgy at times if the beer runs out. But, I used to get all the time, hey, compare Boston fans to Chicago fans. And I'm like, please. Boston lives and dies with their sports teams. They go absolutely crazy. They're violent. They're mean. Chicago, when the last call, 7th inning, half the stadium packs up and leaves Wrigley Field and goes across the street to one of the bars. They're the lovable losers. They're angry. They're petrifying in New England, in Boston. And that runs up through New York and Philadelphia. You're going to experience it this weekend. Any seriously, this is not hyperbole, okay? If you are a Jaguar fan and you are traveling to Philadelphia in Jaguars gear, be careful. Be careful. 99.9% of fights start with winners picking on losers. The rest of the world, it's losers on winners. That changes in sports. It's the winner who will look at the loser and he will say, you suck, and your team sucks. It's unlike anything else that we are a part of. And the fights always start with the winner getting on the loser. So if you think the Jags are going to win this game, you're going to wear your Jaguars gear, have at it. But I'm telling you right now, that fan base is going to be on you in Philadelphia. They are brutal. I can give you examples of being a sideline reporter, like turning around and like going to like check on an injury, and guys in the first couple of rows, like the insults. Wow. It's on in Philly. That's the worst that you'll get. So just keep that in mind if you're going to the game this weekend.
Keep your head on a swivel.
My God. Fun city. Broad Street's great. Some culture there. They tell me there's like museums and stuff there.
The Liberty Bell.
Right. They got a Liberty Bell, a Rocky statue. Right?
Nick Foles.
Yeah. They got good cheesesteaks. But those fans, look out now. Look out. Philadelphia.
He may have started his career somewhere else, but he found his home in Duval.
Join me, Jeff Lageman, for Check the Tape Tuesday on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by JacksNapaAutoCareGroup.com. Go to the pros Napa know-how on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. There are trucks, and then there's the truck, GMC Sierra, with available features like the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. Nimnick Buick GMC has the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. Head to Nimnick GMC today. GMC, we are professional grade.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
When all looked lost for Jacksonville in the game's closing moments, the Teal and Black would deliver in a big way in the clutch. Trevor Lawrence would find tight end Evan Ingram, who would make an unbelievable touchdown grab to tie the score at 27, with 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. The Evan Ingram score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Hey, David, tell us a little bit about Royal Pest Services.
Well, Chris, I was raised in a middle-class family, and bugs have legs. And these bugs...
Whoa. David, just tell us about Royal Pest Services.
Just go to RoyalPestServices.com.
Looking for a new or used firearm? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach will get you locked and loaded. New firearms coming in weekly and always looking for used guns. No lines and no waiting. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity's super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Oh, it's Philly week. Oh, it's so great to be in the middle of a pennant race. Die-hard Jaguar fans, this is what it's all about. Jacksonville, Philadelphia. First one to what? 30 wins it. Of course, Jacksonville can't score in the first quarter, so they'll be down early, but you're used to it. It's all about coming back. 4:05. Toe meets leather. Looking forward to getting to Philadelphia. A couple of buddies there. The Philly Godfather. Going to get up with him. That's what I need to do is go underground with the Philly Godfather and do it the right way on a Saturday night in brotherly love. Okay. Yes. You flip your mic on. What's up?
Oh, I was just going to say, I know that he would be a great hang right now just with the politics of the United States going on and just everything. I guarantee after a few cups, he's a fun person to hang with.
He's got his book coming out in January.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta get a free copy.
Yeah.
A signed copy.
Uh-huh. His stories are legendary.
It's about his life.
Of
I'm
course,
assuming it's not a fiction, like a children's book.
It's his decades, and of course, it was illegal gambling. Years and years to the point where he went to prison.
Oh, I didn't even know he did a bid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, this man's got we got some serious. There's some serious. I don't want to give away anything until the book comes out, but yes,
I'm excited.
Again, I may have to go underground. Look for the Chicken Man, where they blew up the Chicken Man in Philly last night, and they blew up his home too. And what is it? Is it the Gatlin Boys? The Gatlin Boys are coming out there looking for a fight. Bruce in the old, was that the Nebraska album? Kind of an acoustic Bruce?
Is that the Streets of Philadelphia?
No, that was, no. They bought the Philly Men in Atlantic City. That's Atlantic City. Where the beginning of that? We're turning our page to Philadelphia, folks. We're just letting. Yesterday was a blemish. There we go, bros. We love your politics, bros.
Down on the boardwalk, they're getting ready for a fight. Gonna see what them racket boys can do.
The Racket Boys!
Now there's trouble busting in from out of state, and the DA can't get.
Bruce can sing improvised background vocals all at once. Here's a Bruce background. It's like me when I stub my toe when I have my contacts out.
Jericho, by the way. The album.
What is it?
Jericho.
No.
That's what it says.
Nah, it's wrong. It's from the
oh, you're right.
Nebraska.
Okay, Nebraska. So,
which gets real dark here. He talks about a lot of serial killers and stuff like that. The song Nebraska is about a serial killer from Lincoln, Nebraska. I think he was going through a divorce or something. All right, I really want to get you involved with the show because there's been so many responses coming in. I feel like I've said just about everything that I need to say about the Jags. There are some interesting stuff that, like 3800 says, Ballou, Rick, please hit this up. Do you think it would be unfair for Doug to ask the team to win this Philly game for him? If so, do you think that's fair? I think if Doug Peterson sat in front of his team and gave it the old let's win one for the Gipper.
Right now.
Hey guys, let's win one for Dougie Pete here. Yeah, I think it would. You talk about falling on deaf ears.
Holy crap!
He wouldn't even be able to complete that paragraph.
That'd be like Mike Norvell at this point. You know?
No, I think there's zero chance that this team is going to play hard for Doug Peterson in his return trip to Philadelphia. Appreciate that question.
I don't think he would ever do something like that either.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Again, I'm really surprised it's come to this. I thought he would be a calming effect on Trevor. And let's get to that part of it. Yesterday, I was right next to Hayes Carline, where Hayes asked I thought was a really good question. And I'm just baffled by Duval's response to Hayes Carline asking Doug Peterson about that last game tying at the time touchdown drive.
I think, yeah, he did a nice job. I give a credit to those receivers and those tight ends and the offensive line. Those guys, they made plays for him, right? Now, he made some really good throws and all of that, but those guys that were playing at the end of the game when you're down your top three receivers and you're playing in your 12 personnel, for the rest of the game, that's tough. But the guys battled their tails off, got us back to tying this football game with a chance to potentially win it there late. So hats off for those guys.
All right, I don't get this. A lot of people in town are really disappointed, really upset that Doug Peterson didn't gush about Trevor Lawrence. I thought he respected Trevor Lawrence a couple of times here. Bottom line, he mentioned other guys who came up big, right? Johnson caught a ball. Brenton Strange caught a big ball. Yeah, it was a perfect pass.
The Ingram catch was crazy.
Yeah, from Trevor to Ingram. But I'm lost on this. I mean, this is a 2-6 football team that is falling apart, yet there is a contingency of Jaguar fans that are hurt that Doug didn't give enough verbal love to Trevor Lawrence? Are you kidding me? The guy's going to make $55 million a year. The guy fumbled the football on the 5. He threw an interception to the 28. Trevor Lawrence is directly responsible for 14 points for 2 touchdowns by Green Bay. Okay? Trevor bounced back. Hey, the best quarterbacks in the league make mistakes. Mahomes makes mistakes. Allen makes mistakes. Burrow makes mistakes. The interception was bad. I don't have a problem with it. The fumble, I do. And it was only his first this year in 8 games. But it really, I'd love to just, for my own personal satisfaction, I'd love to know the age group that's upset about this. It feels like this is, this is Generation Z, where it's, oh, daddy, I need to quit. I mean, why? Well, this guy asked me 9 times for a spoon. I gave him a fork, and then the manager got upset with me. I want to quit. That's kind of the way it is, right? Oh, I'm now second string at this particular school. Can I transfer? Mommy, I want to go to, today we just pack up and quit. It's our fault, as I've always said. We allowed this. We made it so much easier for them. But you've got to be kidding me. What about him? What about Trevor? How come? Is it really that big of a story? I read about it a couple of times today. I didn't think, I was right there when Taze. I didn't think even a second about this. The team loses every week. And you're upset that Trevor's not getting enough verbal satisfactory comments from Doug Peterson? Is that really where this football team is? What did you make of it?
I took it as just hearing it for only the second time today, and I obviously didn't hear the question or whatever, but it was written as like, how did you on Trevor leading the last drive? To me, that answer sounded like someone trying to be like, yeah, of course Trevor was good, but like, let's give a shout out to the rest of these guys, because it's almost
Exactly.
like every single question about the offense is almost always about Trevor. So maybe it's him just being like, dude, I just coached a game. We just lost. It's 4 hours on the sideline of, up and down emotionally. Like, let's give some of these other guys a shout out. Like, I get that all the Jags fans want to come to Trevor's defense at all times because, even though the season hasn't been great, it hasn't all been on Trevor. He hasn't been absolutely terrible this year. So I get that the need or the want for everybody on Twitter to always to go and defend Trevor, but this one is odd. I didn't take it that way.
And it's kind of created its own story. Then all of a sudden now there's a major rift.
They're beefing now.
Right.
Trevor and Doug are beefing.
Well, guess what? They should be upset. They should be beefing. They're 2-6.
I hope somebody's beefing.
And they can't score in the first quarter. They're 3 and out. They're down 10-0 to New England. They're down 10-0 to Philadelphia. Right? That's the way it is.
They had to come back down 10 in the fourth quarter yesterday to Malik, whatever his name is, and to a quarterback with one leg the first half.
It should be
exactly.
If I was Doug Peterson right now, I know that unless a miracle happens, I'm out of a job. And yesterday, they let one get away. That's the moral to the story. Okay, you could have won yesterday and gone to 3-5 and gotten blown out by Philly and gone to a 3. You've got no chance of winning in Philadelphia this weekend. You've got none. Okay, 0.00. You got a Blutowski grade point average of trying to win. Do you think it's tough around here? Can you imagine what the Philly fans and the Philly media will do if you let a 2-6 Jaguar team go in there and knock off the Philadelphia Eagles at home?
A Jaguar team without Brian Thomas Jr., probably. Without Christian Kirk. You're going to have like Austin Trammell in there.
So I'm thrown really for a loss here. I don't understand how your feelings are hurt that Peterson didn't gush over Trevor Lawrence. He's midway through his 4th year. Okay? 3rd year with Doug. And they have done everything in the world that they can to explain to him that he can't be careless with the football. And he fumbled at the 5-yard line. That's the difference in the game right there. The kid made plays. I mean, that touchdown pass to Evan Ingram, there's a couple of people in the world who can make that pass in triple coverage. And I also should say there's only a few people in the world who play tight end who can get up and make that reception. I mean, he didn't look like a tight end. He looked like a wide receiver. Ingram deserves all the credit in the world for that, and he's getting it. But I never thought Duval was like a moral support, moral victory town. And it's not all of you, but it's gotten to the point where people have written about it today. People that I read whenever they come out with new material. People I like. People who do a good job. Oh, Hayes Carline's question. Oh, my goodness, Doug Peterson are you kidding me?
Here's a headline right now. Sports Illustrated. Jaguars Trevor Lawrence disrespected by own coach.
There you go.
What a headline.
I don't.
What a headline.
I don't get it. I do not get it. Interesting stuff there. All right, let's take this, and then we come back. I'm going to get to only you. The 92-66. Philly fans are grotesque. All fans can be grotesque. Okay? All fans can. I just think that there's a certain respect that you should have, some candor, around women and children. Right? Don't you clean it up a little bit, right? I mean, every Sunday after the game, Doug Peterson tells us that we had 8 penalties today. Yeah, we got to clean that up. Okay. Hey, folks, they're going to clean that up, so that'll be taken care of by the game. But I mean, if you're rolling with the boys and you're smoking hemp and you're drilling beers and you start spewing out comments like a sailor, I get it. But don't you kind of calm that down when the women and children are around? I mean, isn't that just kind of like simple etiquette? Nope. Not in Philly.
Get closer to campus and the biggest games of the weekend.
I'm Matt Hayes. We'll break down the players, games, and storylines
On the Bueller Air and Plumbing College Kickoff, Friday evening at 6. Brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue on 1010XL.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese
That's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Chelsea here. Florida homeowners, are your windows working as hard as they should? With Renewal by Andersen, our energy-efficient custom windows and doors help keep the cool air in during those scorching months. That means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home year-round. For the month of October, Renewal by Andersen has a limited time offer. Buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th one free. Some restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for all the details. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 28, 2018, the Boston Red Sox beat the LA Dodgers in Game 5 of the World Series, claiming their 9th title in franchise history. Boston Utilities' Steve Pierce was awarded MVP.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
Jacksonville contractors and business owners. Do you need chain link fence, commercial steel, or rolling doors? Frank Frangie here. Coyle & Sons has been in business in Jacksonville since 1927. They've earned the reputation of quality and specialized skill. Coyle & Sons are the ones trusted in Jacksonville by the top contractors, and they can stand on their reputation when you need almost 100 years of commercial contractor experience. So contact Coyle & Sons today. That's 904-356-4821 or visit them at coiljacks.com.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows in 295.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month winds down, LifeLock reminds you to update your software regularly. These updates fix security flaws that could be exploited by identity thieves. But don't stop there. LifeLock offers comprehensive identity theft protection that goes the extra mile. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious use of your info, but also takes action to resolve identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
Our most popular meat combo is ready to grill this season. Pounds and pounds of marinated steak tips and chicken, fresh ground beef, and homemade sausage. Just ask for the sampler combo.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's got a hockey text. Oh, he's going to respond to that one. There are other things besides football. Hate to say it that way. For instance, the brand new Zodiac Killer documentary.
We got a World Series game tonight, too.
I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to spoil it. I'll let some time go by.
Well, haven't they not found who the killer is?
No.
So I guess you can't spoil it that much.
Well, with a new documentary, could there possibly be new information?
Oh, I guess you'll have to watch to find out.
Ohtani is going to play tonight, Game 3, this time in Gotham. Love to see the Dodgers just go up, commanding 3-0.
We got Bueller on the mound tonight, excuse me.
Walker Buehler, yeah.
Who's this season's really been a struggle coming back from injuries for him. He's obviously not all the way there yet. So if there is a night for the Yankees to jump on one of the Dodgers starters and hit a bazillion home runs, tonight's probably it. But I'm with you. I would love to see them go down 3-0.
0114 Ballou. I never thought I would say this, but Doug and company are more to blame for the state of this team than Trent Baalke. The coaches seem to have completely lost the locker room, and they have absolutely failed the fans, and especially Trevor Lawrence. How did it take this long to bench Cam Robinson? That falls into 0114. That falls into my belief that Trent Baalke survives this. They're not coaching them. They're not playing them and coaching them the way that they should. And there's example after example, including Eric Armstead. Right? What did he play? 23 snaps yesterday, for crying out loud? That's all he was out there for. And I read somewhere, I think it was in Big Cat Country, that 11 of the 23 snaps were on running plays. Always try to credit. It was Travis Newsom, who I like his recap. I always credit information that I get from other places. That's the way it's supposed to be in the biz. But I do believe that Trent Baalke has tons and tons of answers to every possible question. Maybe the toughest question he's going to have to answer, if it is in fact true, is that Ryan Nielsen was a Trent Baalke guy. That may be the most difficult one to get out from under because it was his guy, which it never should have been. It should be Peterson's guy. The coaches hire coaches. But I'm sure Trent is working on that, and he's going to say, well, I wanted Eric Armstead to be used in the interior, and I wanted Devin Lloyd to rush the quarterback, and I don't know. But I know Trent Baalke, he's studying tape. He's looking at 2025 draft prospects right now, but I'm sure he's also got answers to all of these would-be questions. 11-17, Ballou. Savage is just bad. I thought he played really well last week. Not as good. They are a bad open field tackling team.
I was about to say that Kraft catch where it's just him and that was embarrassing, man.
They do not have good safeties on this team. They really do not. Antonio Johnson didn't develop. His snap count's way down. Cisco's had a terrible year in a contract year. I mean, if Andre Cisco keeps this up, he's going to make a practice squad somewhere next year. He's not going to be in the league. I mean, there was talk in the offseason that he was going to be like the fourth guy, right? Trevor, Allen, Tyson, and then no way. No way.
We talked about on the Frangie Show an article by someone who said that he could potentially finish his career with 20 interceptions as a Jaguar.
Whoa.
Yeah, hot take.
11-17, Ballou, how many false starts in illegal motions? Quite a few. Tim Jones had one. Gabe Davis had one. They had 8 penalties yesterday. Unacceptable. I mean, when you're a bad football team, you can't commit 8 penalties. And that's exactly what this team did. 2806 says, Ballou, happy 75th birthday to Caitlyn Jenner. Ever tell you about the time that Bruce Jenner screamed at me because I said that my producer said that NASCAR was not a sport?
No way.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know he was a NASCAR fan.
He called from the Los Angeles freeway when I was out in L.A., and it wasn't even me. It was one of the Giacomo brothers. And all of a sudden he's in my ear. He's like, you got to put him on. Bruce Jenner's on the line. And he's all pissed.
Oh, like it wasn't an interview.
No.
He called in because he heard something you said.
Bro.
That's hilarious.
It was a guy from Scrubs, and I can't remember his name, and Reggie Jackson and Bruce Jenner. I had 3 different times I had people calling from the Los Angeles freeway. Just picked up the phone and called.
Was it the main character from Scrubs?
Yeah, it was the guy that was
Zach
in...
Braff?
No.
Donald Faison.
I think it was Scrubs. It may be wrong. I'm sorry.
Either way, it's a great story.
Yeah, he was an actor. He was a good guy. He called. I can't remember his name. But Bruce Jenner heard my producer, one of the Giacomo brothers, say that NASCAR is not a sport.
He was livid.
To make a long story short, Bruce Jenner chopped off my head for like 90 straight seconds. And then all I said was, thanks, Bruce.
Thanks.
Okay? It wasn't me who said it. It was my producer, but I'm not going to throw him under the bus. Just keep beating me up.
Yeah, it's good content.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
I wouldn't expect that from an Olympic athlete either.
Yep.
Like, you would think they hold themselves as, like, the pinnacle of athletes and, a guy who drives a car. Come on. But, wow, I like that. Appreciates all sports.
94-78 says Ballou, and that being said, they took the lead 17-10, tied up 20-7, yet the defense let them down. We mentioned John Chipley a little bit earlier in the program. I liked what he wrote about the lack of complement football. And I think that this is probably pretty common with losing football franchises, but it's really reared its ugly head this year. Jacksonville gets no consistency. They don't do something really well on offense and then follow it up with something really well on defense. Right? I mean, this whole year. Just think about Houston, where the defense forced 5 consecutive punts. I don't think John had this in his bit, but here's one example. You can beat Houston. Your defense forces 5 straight punts. The Jags find a way to come back and tie it, right? They have a chance to win it. They go 3 and out. They can't close the door. The defense allows Houston to drive the field and score. That's one example. Look at yesterday's example. Okay? They finally get an interception. It was their 3rd takeaway of the year on Jarian Jones. And you got the ball, and you got a chance to put it. A couple plays later, Trevor throws a pick. Okay? Same thing. Trevor has that great 8-play, 87-yard drive. Just a sensational drive. Arguably the drive of the year. Finds Evan Ingram. Touchdown. Life in the building. Tied up. And you allow Buffalo, let me find it again here. You allow Buffalo to go 7 plays, 64 yards with a backup quarterback on a totally busted play. And I know Andre Sisco said that he had cramps or whatever, but go back and watch the play. He's not within 20 yards. That is a busted play. And if you want to blame Andre Sisco, fine. If you want to blame Ryan Nielsen, fine. Do they both deserve blame? Okay. But it's when you needed it most. You needed complement football. And they broke down. They don't get it. 53-51 Blue, got to fire Bulky, got to fire Press, and maybe Doug too. Well, I don't think there's any question that Doug and Press are gone. I think Bulky survives. I don't want him to survive. I don't want you people to misconstrue want and what I think. Okay? I've been crystal clear. You got to start it all over again. You have to start from scratch. You got a couple of really good football players on this team. If I'm a coach, I'm saying, look, I got a quarterback. He needs, I don't know what he needs at this point, frankly. Okay, but it's not working with Doug and Mike and Press, McCoy and Press Taylor. But you got a QB. You got a number 1 wide receiver. You got a back who's getting better, and Tank Bigsby. I think you've got a future left tackle in Anton Harrison. Of course, this organization, they draft the left tackles and make them play right tackle. I mean, why would you put him at left tackle when you have Cam Robinson there making $21 million a year? You can't make this up.
We do have an answer on your Scrubs character.
Who?
John C. McGinley.
Yes.
So he was also the guy in Office Space, one of the
Irish guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Platoon. Great like character actor.
Right. Yeah, he called. Well, I don't remember what he called over. I think it was like a college football thing or something.
Thank you to the text line for knowing your story's better than you.
Maybe they were listening late night. I was on here late nights, 10 to 2. Loved it. Only good things happen late at night. 76-60 Blue. Besides the issue with Trevor, the problem with this defense, they do not have the best players on the field at pivotal moments. They're subbing in guys that have been activated from the practice squad, third-string guys. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I began the show with it. It's 3rd and goal from the 14, and you've got Hines Allen, and you have Trayvon Walker on the sideline. No. I really paid interest yesterday in how they were going to work the linebacker situation. And I thought that was fascinating because they started Lloyd and Aloakon. And if you look at everything that they did, let me see here. Yeah, it does say Lloyd at the will and then Aloakon. So, sometimes their starting lineups can be a little bit crazy, because especially the way that Ryan Nielsen runs it, because he rotates so quickly. But here's what happened yesterday. 68 snaps. Actually, there were 69 snaps yesterday defensively. Campbell played them all. Savage played 68, Cisco 66. But when you get to the edge guys, the linebacker guys, Foyer played 64 of these 69. His first game back. Ventrell played 41. Devin Lloyd played 39. Thought they did a pretty decent job with that rotation. But it's crystal clear, in my opinion. Aloakon and Miller make more plays. They're better football players than Devin Lloyd. What I think would be scary about Devin Lloyd is, in a right system with the right responsibilities, how much better could he be? I don't know. I thought he did a decent job against the run, and then I look up and I see that Green Bay, ran for 170 yards yesterday. But Ventrell Miller, to me, is my every down linebacker next to Foyer Oluokun. All right, final thoughts on this one. With you tonight till 8 o'clock. That'll be the case tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Then we'll be with you 4 to 6 on the AM. That'll be 10:10. That's coming up on Friday afternoon.
Learn the ins and outs and ups and downs of the man under center.
Don't just watch the position, learn the position.
Friday mornings on The Drill. Denny Thompson is
the quarterback whisperer.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
The Florida Theater welcomes the remarkable Luis Elizondo November 8th, the former head of the Pentagon's UFO program and a #1 New York Times bestseller, shares his incredible insights into the unexplained. Dive deep into the mysteries of the universe and explore the truth behind UFOs like never before. It's your chance to experience a captivating evening filled with intrigue and discovery. Luis Elizondo, November 8th. Get your tickets today at floridatheater.com.
Spend lunchtime with the ladies.
A meal and sparkling conversation.
Helmets and heels.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
Just behave, okay?
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans on 1010XL.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners.
Partners, financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
I-9 Sports is getting geared up for more fun for kids all over the First Coast with winter and spring registration now open. Kids ages 3 to 17 can get in the gym or on the field with I-9 Sports, covering Clay, Duval, and St. John's, and I-9 introducing all-girls volleyball and flag at Duval Charter and all-girls flag at Nocatee, plus flag, soccer, t-ball, and basketball for boys and girls too. So don't miss out. Registration open now for winter and spring at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Big Sur's here. My cigars are back in stock at Island Girl Gate Parkway. Buy a box and I will autograph it for you. Island Girl Gate Parkway is the place to enjoy a great cigar selection, a full bar, enjoy a daily happy hour from noon to 7 and all day Sunday. Enjoy college and NFL games from noon to 6. When you buy 5 cigars, you get 1 free. Plus, live music Friday and Saturday nights. For upcoming events, follow Island Girl Gate Parkway on Instagram and Facebook at islandgirl.gateparkway.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at projaxroofingfl.com.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
Welcome to ABS Advanced Business Solutions, your local print management partner, and home to Xerox and HP copiers.
Advanced Business Solutions.
GoABSinc.com.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric, and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, World Series game number 3 coming up tonight. That'll be just after 8 o'clock. We'll see if the Yankees can get some things rolling. 8:08 first pitch. Also, Giants-Steelers tonight. So Monday Night Football and a ton going on in the NBA, a ton going on in the NHL. For Jaguar fans who are absolutely upset about the performance yesterday, we do get it. The biggest bit of news today was not good. And it's Christian Kirk, gone for the year with a collarbone. The report with the chest on Brian Thomas Jr. was originally 2 to 4 weeks, but now apparently there's a little bit of talk that maybe it won't be as long. and we'll track that certainly Wednesday after an off day for Jacksonville tomorrow. We'll have much more on that beginning this Wednesday. Of course, the Jaguars head out to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. That game will be at 4:05 on Sunday.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
All right, you already have had the fifth quarter with Campo and Cersei, but tonight you get to do it all by yourself.
Yeah, I think I told the guys this yesterday. I also do the Duval Rundown program right after the game, so they get a lot of me on Sunday, so I get to vent a lot of my airing of the grievances. I'm at the acceptance point of this, the 5 stages of grief. I don't even know if I'd call it grief, but, you think they're better than their record is. Well, if this happens and then that happens, and, well, if they win, they're only 3 games out of the playoffs. I mean, we were, just grasping at straws for the last couple of weeks. They're not any good.
No.
The bottom line is they're not any good. And you can say whatever you want to make you feel better as a Jaguar fan, and we can say whatever we want to try to make you feel better on 1010XL. But at the end of the day, the plain and simple truth of the situation is this 2024 Jaguar team is just not very good. And you got to live with that for the next 9 weeks.
Yeah. You think they'll make any moves before November 5th?
I mean, as far as trading off guys for draft picks?
Cisco, Cam, get anything for them?
Cam thing's interesting, right?
Sure.
I mean, he
a
passes,
lot of things around here are interesting.
Yeah, passes concussion protocol and then doesn't play.
Right.
And like when Cleveland got hurt yesterday, I don't know, you would think you got a pretty good left tackle on the bench, maybe move Walker inside. I don't know. That was just odd to me.
Oh, yeah, they went with Cooper Hodges.
Yeah, so it was just strange, right? So I don't know. When you see that, the trade deadline's a week from tomorrow. By the way, on Election Day, which is interesting that the NFL did that.
Oh, there's an election coming up.
There's an election coming up, apparently. Okay. Rock the vote. I actually went out and voted. Very easy.
Did you?
Took about 10 minutes.
All right. Who'd you vote for? I'm just kidding.
That'll be a whole separate issue.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I wouldn't do that to
family. So,
I wouldn't do that to you.
Exactly. But the bottom line is, it would not surprise me if 1 or 2 guys are dealt, and particularly a guy like Cam Robinson. You can kind of see the writing on the wall there. And there's teams that might need him. You mentioned Cisco. He hadn't played very well.
He's really bad, isn't he?
I mean,
he's going to be on a practice squad next year. I mean, this guy is playing this poorly in a contract year.
It's a failure across the board on so many different levels. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about tonight. Where did we go so wrong with this team? Were we just blinded by our hope that things were going to get better here? Because they're not going to get any better. I mean, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Detroit. I'll tell you this. I mean, if you lose the next 3 and you're 2-9, Peterson's gone at the bye, right? I mean, don't you have to do it at that point?
I would think so.
I mean, if you're 2-9, you have 2 weeks. I mean, to justify to have a crowd at the rest of your home games, you got to show that you care. You got to show something. And I'm not blaming it all on Doug Peterson. Plenty of this falls on Trent Baalke. Plenty of this falls on the coordinators, which they're under Peterson, so that's kind of a direct result of him. But I think you're going to have a change across the board because this is going to be a 4 or 5 win team.
Yeah, they're a big dog this week at Philadelphia. We'll see what happens when Minnesota rolls in here in a week. And then you go to Detroit that's playing just absolutely fantastic football.
I mean, what do you think Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are going to do to this secondary on Sunday? I mean, give me a break.
And then the number 2 rushing team in the NFL, they average like 165 yards a game. They're second to only Buffalo. And here's the part of it. They're week to week in Philly. If Nick Sirianni loses to Doug Peterson in Jacksonville, they'll ask for his firing. So if there's any talk that maybe you overlook Jacksonville, like people thought maybe Green Bay would do with Detroit coming up next week, they're not going to do that with Doug Peterson coming back in and this football team at 2-6 because they know just how incredibly difficult those people in Philadelphia will be.
I know we got to go quick here. Didn't yesterday feel like kind of a last gasp of the 2024 season?
They let one get away yesterday. They could have won.
Kind of the last straw, the death rattle, if you will. That's kind of the way I feel, and unfortunately, or fortunately, there's 9 games left.
All right, what else?
Yeah, obviously, we're going to talk a lot of Jaguars. Jason Cole is going to join me. He's got some really interesting thoughts on Doug Peterson and Trent Baalke. Jason's been a longtime reporter in the NFL. He's a Pro Football Hall of Fame voter. And there's a cocktail party on Saturday downtown, Florida and Georgia. We'll start our coverage of that with Ben Troop, former Gator All-American tight end, joins me at 9 o'clock.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
There he goes, Hacker Nation. Some guy just says, anytime somebody says, who did you vote for, always answer the loser. Then you can always cry. Very good. Very, very good. Vote, people. Vote. That's all I'll say. I don't care who you vote for. Just get out there and exercise your right. It's the American way. That's it for us. We're back tomorrow, 6 to 8 for JJ LaSelva. I am Rick Ballou.
Get insight from the Jags head coach.
I believe that our goals are still in front of us.
Doug Peterson joins the Frangie Show Fridays at 4:05. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, Custom Windows and Doors. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. On 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
This is Jerry Holland, Duval County Supervisor of Elections. If you're like me, there never seems to be enough hours in the day. You seem to be on the go from sunup to sundown, which is why I vote